Hello Suji, where are you going? You little scary cat. He's such a scary cat. Hey, good morning everyone. Today we are going to be doing another installment of the Meet the Characters series. This time it's going to be Bongani and Suja. Both of these male lions are well over 19 years of age, so they are quite old. And it's going to be good to catch up with them because, you know, since about 2017, Bongani has been, he hasn't done well when it comes to his health. So yeah, he's a fighter, still fighting, and it'll be good to catch you guys up. I'm super happy to see Bongani, you know, running about with such vigor, because, you know, a couple of months ago I was having serious conversations with Dr. Caldwell about what the future holds for Bongani. So, you know, we've had him on some new meds, some painkillers, some anti-inflammatories, and they've been working wonders. He's in much better moods. He's not taking out his his frustrations on Suja, and yeah, he's a far nicer and better lion to be around. All right guys, so while I'm just playing a bit of catch up here, just lagging a little bit behind them, it's a good opportunity to just catch you guys up with what's been going down. More specifically with regards to Bongani, we can touch on Suja. Not much to talk about in terms of health. Suja's Suja. Let's just actually quickly deal with Suja. Health-wise, he's been as strong as an ox his entire life. So just over 19 years of age. Wow, can't believe I'm saying that. I mean, that's an incredible innings for a lion, and that's despite all the issues that these lions were faced with when they were younger, because by no means did they get the kind of nutrition and care that they you know, needed as young cubs way back in the day. The only real scare we had from Suji back about a year ago, he had some lump that I saw on his inner thigh, and yeah, noticed it, called Dr. Caldwell in. We surgically removed it, sent it off for testing, and it came back benign, so there was nothing there to worry about. Apart from that, that's all that Suja's had wrong with him. A little bit of a split tongue. I think he got his tongue hooked on Bongani's claw somewhere along the line, so he's got a little bit of a flappy tongue. Apart from that, strong as an ox. Bongani, on the other hand, hasn't had it that easy. Yeah, it's kind of strange. Same age, lived in the same group, and the one has just fared so much worse than the other. Have they been here? Is there any lion tracks? Lion tracks, looking for lion tracks. No, just a bird. It always amazes me, guys, is like, so Bongani and Suja have just moved away from that area there. They were in the first camp for quite some time because Bongani didn't want to move. It was too painful for him to jump into the vehicle. But yesterday when I moved them, they both jumped in without any meat. Suja's normally a nervous ninny, and no, he just jumped in there. Obviously didn't have the cameras with me, but yeah, here they are, loving life, rolling in the poo-poo. Hello boys. Oh, yeah, Suji. Hello boy. Yeah. Okay, look at you two. Hey? I mean, look at that guy. In pristine condition. We'd never say that that is a 19-and-a-half-year-old lion. I think you'd say 8, 9. black nose is a dead giveaway. That is an old lion, but look how alert he is. What a cat. Sometimes being a nervous ninny actually helps, in the sense that he who runs away lives to fight another day. Let's see if we can see that tongue. He licks his lips. On the other hand, Bongani, you can see how skinny he has got. You can see the protuberances of the hips. Not really as prominent or pronounced on Suji. Suji's still got quite a lot of muscle meat you can see there on his backside. Look at the comparison between the two. Bongani on the right, Suja on the left. Spine sticking out, the skin is loose, the mane is a little bit more scraggly. Suji's got a very, very full mane. So that's, yeah, big giveaways. You can see the muscle wasting on the hind quarters, and we'll get to that. You can see the calcification on the heel, where the Achilles joins on the foot. You can see over there, and that's from him having to compensate. So he's got on the spine, he's got this ankylosing spondylosis, and that is a degenerative condition. So you know, the spine starts to kind of fuse, and obviously it can cause immense pain and inflammation around the lower back and the lower vertebra. So you know, that together with his neurological condition, there's a decreased kind of neural activity or nerve input to the hamstrings, the muscles behind the femur, and those have wasted away, and all of that kind of results in this flat-footed kind of effect. So you'll see when he walks, lions are normally like dogs and cats are digitigrade, so they walk on their digits, and you know, so he's now walking on his, it's going to be he's walking on his flat foot, on his hind limbs. Yeah, look at the way he compensates, guys. Look at the way Bongani walks. It's really incredible. That's a lion determined, you know, to kind of be mobile and be the lion that he's meant to be. So specifically on the left one's a little bit worse than the right. But what's incredible, even despite that, he has, like, seriously, you know, gone on this walk today full of beans, and the exercise is good in terms of mobility, in terms of blood flow, in terms of feel good. So rather than just sitting feeling sorry for himself in a camp, that's why we try and encourage them to get out. But also, it's entirely up to him. So we will, you know, we will allow them to have the opportunity to load into the vehicle, and if they load into the vehicle willingly, then that shows me that he is obviously able, willing, and wanting to go. And then we'll put them next in the enclosure or the camp next to this big camp, and then on a day like today I will open the gate, and it's really entirely up to him whether he wants to go on a walk or not. And then, even then, if he wants to go on the walk, guys, he can go, but he doesn't have to walk far. He can, you know, go to the nearest tree and then sit down if he wants to. But this lion is completely willing and wanting to go on the walk today, so that's fantastic. So you can see the loss of the condition. He will struggle a bit later on the walk, and then when it gets to that, I'll call George, we'll load them and we'll put them back in their camp. Okay, 2017 Bongani was really lethargic, ataxic, dehydrated, eyes sunken, man down or lying down, and so called Dr. Caldwell. Dr. Caldwell came out, decided that it was necessary to take old Bongani to the clinic. That transpired, so we sedated old Bongs, took him to the clinic, and he spent the better part of a week at the clinic, where he got all the treatment that he needed to get him back or nurse him back to health. But while he was at the clinic, obviously many tests were run, and kidney function, liver enzymes, his liver was failing, so the enzyme levels were hugely elevated. It didn't look good. There was distension in the abdominal cavity. There was a lot of fluid. Doc took samples went off to the cytology. It came back confirmed that Bongani actually had FIP, feline infectious peritonitis, the wet form, and that could answer a lot of questions. Normally deadly to cats. It's quite the miracle that this lion survived, but he did. He's a fighter. This guy is such a fighter. FIPs, interestingly enough, as a result of these cats carrying the coronavirus, which we know all too well nowadays. Back in the day, it was kind of not known, coronavirus. So the coronavirus can be carried by these lions, and then when the immunity is compromised, it can develop into full-blown FIP. There's two forms, a dry form and a wet form. Apparently the dry form is a death sentence, and the wet form is also a death sentence. Many people who say this lion had FIP, they go impossible, but it was confirmed from the cytology that it was FIP. Anyway, my boy. And so he was nursed back to health, guys. But I can't help but think his system was compromised neurologically. He hasn't been the same since, and physically, he's just actually deteriorated slowly over the last what has it been now, 6 years. So he's been on all sorts of treatments and supportive measures. We've got him on kidney support, liver support, and we also monitor the pain and the inflammation. And you can see he's very communicative about whether he's feeling pain or not. Bongani will feel nothing to flare his lip at you, give you a little bit of a grimace, and then he's not feeling good and he's probably in need of some meds. Consult with the vet and get him back to as healthy as we can. But 19 and a half old Bongani. And despite all of his issues, there goes Suja chasing the hyena, but despite all of his issues, he plods on. He just kind of khans on. Bongani's heading back home, which is not a bad thing. I think it's been a long enough walk. It's going to be a shortish walk with these two because of Bongani's issues. All right, guys, so I must say it's really sad seeing these lions get old. Unfortunately, this is part of life. We're all going to get old. I know I'm feeling the effects of old age. Had the torn Achilles not so long ago. It's a bummer getting old, and it's really sad for me to see these lions who once were just such energetic, full of life, full of beans kind of animals, and now, you know, age is subjecting them to this. It's sad to see, but as I said, it's part of life. So yeah, this is probably, you know, I don't know how many more walks I have left with Bongani and Suja. So for me, this is a very special walk. I'll cherish it. I'll hold it near and dear in my memory for a long time to come. I'll cherish it in my heart. Almost feels like an end of an era as we, you know, go year to year and we start losing our friends. So I know that the next few years are going to be extremely difficult, but it is what it is. I feel like I've given them a really good life. I've, you know, kind of honored what I said I would do for this group of lions in my care. It has been tough, I must say. At times I felt like quitting, but you know, fortunately I've got a massive support base. It's guys like you guys who come back regularly to the channel to check in on these animals. You've grown fond of them. So yeah, that's the latest update with Bongani and Suja. Meet the characters. All that's left to say, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, from Bongani, Suja and myself, bye.